Good afternoon, Josh Johnson here. Time for our Alabama weather discussion on Thursday, February the 18th. As always, thank you so much for being with us on a cool, kind of gray day across Alabama. We'll begin with a look at the maps. Scattered rain ongoing. We'll go straight over to the WSI map here. This is our weather computer we use here in-house, and you see what I see. It's a cold day. 40s and 50s underway across the state as of this recording, a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, the other things we're keeping an eye on here as we go through this over the next couple of hours and days, really, we'll be keeping an eye on what happens back off to our northwest. There's some wintry mix issues back across parts of Mississippi and Tennessee right now. You'll notice that. This is the high-res rapid refresh model, and you'll notice it has some snow running from roughly Nashville to Tupelo to Greenwood to Greenville back to Monroe, Louisiana. So northwest Alabama actually may get another dusting to a half inch out of this. It won't really hurt the roads, but it will keep them from drying out any more than they would have otherwise. So it doesn't hurt, but it's still pretty rough. And if you don't have to travel west of Huntsville today, I wouldn't do it. Northwest Alabama is still pretty rough from a travel perspective. Leftover showers and sprinkles continue. This is 6 o'clock this evening. You'll notice a few showers down here into southeast Alabama primarily. Leftover drizzle and showers as late as midnight along and south of the line from Phoenix City to Brundage to Geneva. So that southeastern corridor in Alabama, we deal with a little leftover rain into the overnight hours. By sunrise tomorrow morning, most of that's gone. We'll keep an eye out for any leftover drizzle or snow flurries Friday morning. The models are not hinting at that. And this air mass is not as cold as the one that squeezed out the surprise flurries Tuesday morning. So most of that would probably stay up over the Tennessee Valley and the higher elevations of northeast Alabama, but it's something we'll keep an eye on in our part of the world as well. Other issues, it turns colder. Tonight is one of these nights where out here in Demopolis, we may end up around 24, 25 or so. In and around the river region, probably closer to 31, 32, and then we're pushing 40 for an overnight low in southeast Alabama. So as has been the case throughout this entire sort of Arctic invasion, this is anything but a one-number solution. It varies quite a bit. So we'll say on average 24 in West Alabama, low 30s in the central sections, and then low 40s down into parts of southeast Alabama. So that's how we sort of see that whole thing playing out there. Then, what happens next, you ask? Well, check this out. These are the overnight lows for tomorrow night. So Friday night into Saturday morning, and we go in the deep freeze again. Lows ranging from around 20 at Demopolis to around 30 at Dothan. You'll notice mid-teens up here into North Alabama, north of Birmingham. I think we're in the 12 to 18 range. Muscle Shoals back down into the rest of the Tennessee Valley and some of the protected valley locations. Valley Head will get really cold in this kind of setup too. All right, so then we get into the forecast, and we'll skip ahead a little bit here. What I'll do is walk you through the GFS sort of day by day. Now this is Friday, so we'll start Friday. Storm system up the East Coast, leftover light snow into New England. Alabama's dry. It's cold to start. We're in the 20s and 30s. We'll warm on up in the afternoon, though. Highs Friday, somewhere right around 50 from Montgomery south. 40s north of Montgomery. Highs in the northern sections of Alabama, probably staying in the 30s all day. Here's Saturday. It's dry. Still a bitterly cold morning, but by Saturday afternoon, we're back in the 50s. Sign me up. Here is Sunday afternoon. Area of surface low pressure over Missouri, warm air streaming in out of ahead of it. And you've got 50s on the board as of midday, and I think high temperatures Sunday probably end up in the 60s, and it should be dry. That system blows on through fairly quickly Sunday night into Monday morning. That's a kind of a scattered light shower scenario, not a lot of moisture for this system, so I don't see any severe weather, heavy rain setup. Warm enough for only liquid in Alabama this time, so no snow, no ice threat, but a few scattered showers around Sunday night into Monday. The air behind this system is not of Arctic origin, just by the way. It is of kind of a Pacific origin, so it is not all that cold. 1022 high pressure settles in over New Orleans. That's a dry look for us, with high temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Again, this is all out kind of in the next week time frame. This would be next kind of Sunday into Monday. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, other things that we're eyeballing here, we'll go back to the maps here, full screen, and I can tell you that there's a lot going on in the long range that suggests warmer weather. We'll get there in a minute. So here's the GFS out at Wednesday afternoon. Surface low taking shape over Oklahoma, snow north of it. This is the kind of look that you would expect to see this time of year. This is pretty close to normal for this time of year. All right, so what about the long range stuff? And for that, I'd like to show you a different set of maps. For this, what we'll kind of focus on here is going to be the European computer model, the ensembles. Remember, ensembles are where we take one little thing in the model, tweak it, run it again. Then we tweak another thing, run it again. You get 50 of these ensembles, and when you average them together, you typically end up with a pretty good forecast. So we'll show you those ensemble maps here and what they will kind of mean for you moving forward. So we'll pop the maps back up on the screen. So this is next Thursday, 1 week from today. Much colder than normal out over the Four Corners and the Rockies and the Intermountain West. Warmer than normal with a ridge in place over most of the Deep South. How about that? Here's the next day. This is Friday. Next Friday, not tomorrow, next Friday. So this will be Friday the 26th of February. Cold west, warm east. And really, as we move you forward through the days here, that's kind of the pattern that gets locked in. So here's next Saturday, next Sunday. Look at that. Got a big towering ridge over the east, and it is much warmer than it has been. The Great Thaw will be underway, and we think this will continue, by the way. The European model has that sort of continuing. This goes out to 270 hours, so Monday after next, so 10 days from now, it's a warm look as March begins. I would caution you, though, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, some of the long-range models were suggesting warmer than normal air right now. How'd that work out? So take it with a grain of salt. I can assure you it will be warmer next week. That part we're sure of. Highs get up in the 60s and 70s. Beyond a week, though, as you get into next weekend and the week after that, it becomes a little more, shall we say, nebulous, a little bit up in the air, forgive the pun. No signs of any severe weather systems that need to be watched, but I would caution you, with the kind of pattern we've had, if that continues into a warmer regime, it's probably just a matter of time until we deal with a risk of strong to severe thunderstorms. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. You can check out my forecast on WSFA 12 News this evening at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Watch the weather app. We'll be publishing updates to that throughout the afternoon and evening as well, so keep an eye out there. Facebook, Josh Johnson WSFA, Instagram, Josh Johnson WX, and I'm on Twitter at Josh Weather. So lots of cool, exciting, and fun ways for you to stay informed. Hope you take care. Have a great day. See you.